Here's Sean Payton on the 2025 Broncos. The short-term goal is winning the division, but this team is capable of winning the Super Bowl. I've coached teams, 6 teams, that I thought could win the Super Bowl. Some went to championship games, some to the playoffs. This is my 7th team that I think has that. Now, he's 1 for 5, right? Or 1 and 5, not 1 for 5, 1 for 6, 1 and 5 when it comes to his 6 Super Bowl teams that he thought could make it to the Super Bowl, because only 1 did. And obviously the 2018 Saints should have. Right. That was the horrific missed interference call.
Could be 2 and 4.
Maybe the 2017 Saints, after they wiped out the deficit with the Vikings before the Minneapolis Miracle. I don't know. Maybe the Saints could have beaten the Eagles. I don't know. But yeah, the fact that he views in his 3rd year with the Broncos, this collection of players is already at the point where they could make it to the Super Bowl. And is it a surprise? It was his 4th year in New Orleans that they won a Super Bowl. He's 1 year ahead of schedule.
Right. He went to the NFC Championship game his first year in New Orleans.
Right away.
Remember? Right
away.
Lost to the Bears. I think Sean Payton's the kind of guy that he doesn't say this unless he believes it. And to me, this has the feeling of like, one, he sees a team with this talent and they're young in some spots. And I think he's saying it so they believe it. I think it's a little bit of like, hey guys, like I don't think, some of you guys are young. We got a young quarterback. You might not know your butt from your elbow or whatever else, but I'm just telling you, you guys are good. And this is not new. Anybody, like, I think I've told you this through the spring and everything else. I know some people out there in Denver. I know how excited they are about their football team. They've been saying things like this behind the scene. Not that they're going to win the Super Bowl, but that they think their team is really good. It was one of the best defenses in football last year. They think it's going to be better. Bo Nix, year 2. It was awesome year 1.
That are older than you. And Sean Payton is, one of the more accomplished coaches in the NFL. He's won a Super Bowl. He is widely considered one of the best offensive minds of his generation. And let's face it, he's kind of a no-nonsense, no-bullshit guy. Now, he's a big talker, big bravado, kind of cocky, but I don't think he just throws out things if he does not believe them. And he had some comments today that made me go, whoa. One, just he's clearly a big believer in his team. He thinks they are going to be really good. Last year, they won 10 games. This year, they obviously have higher expectations, and definitely starts with him. And he said that I've coached 6 teams that I thought could win the Super Bowl. Some went to the championship games, some to the playoffs. This is my 7th team that I think has that. So he believes in his career that this Denver Bronco team is as good as some of those Saints teams. Obviously, one won a Super Bowl. He has countless others that got back to conference championship games and had a team that was just peppering playoff bursts on a yearly basis throughout the 2010s. So he knows what a really good team looks like. The crown is yours. And here's the thing. Sean Payton, next year Drew Brees is Hall of Fame eligible. I got a news flash. He's going to walk right into the Hall of Fame. He is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So Sean Payton's got a pretty good idea what a really good quarterback looks like. And Sean Payton said this to Charles Robinson of Yahoo that I went, damn, he doesn't like this guy. He freaking loves him. This is Sean Payton on Bo Nix. He's going to be one of the top 4 or 5 quarterbacks in the NFL in the next 2 years. That's what we're seeing right now. He doesn't take sacks. He's got an exceptional arm. He threw the longest ball of the season last year at 67 air yards against Cincinnati. He can run. He can throw it in funny body angles. Sean Payton's all in on this guy. Hell, then I take him in the Super Bowl and they get blown out. One of these years, I think the Chiefs are going to be good. But, you get the Broncos. I just think there's value here. Denver last year went 3-3 in the division. And if it wasn't for a blocked field goal, they would have beat the Chiefs and they would have gone 4-2. They went 6-2 at home, which obviously mile high. The elevation is a advantage for them. And they have an elite defense. As we know, the coach loves the quarterback. I just think there's value there at plus 300. And I think I'm going to put a chunk of change on there. I'm not putting them on the same tier as the Houston Texans, who feel like a lock, but I do think there's value with the Denver Broncos, who we might look up by midseason. They were one of the best teams in the league.
The NFL has a problem, and its name is the Denver Broncos. Head coach Sean Payton, a Super Bowl winning mastermind, just dropped a bombshell that's got the entire league buzzing. He didn't whisper it, he shooted it. This Broncos team is my 7th that can win a Super Bowl. That's right. Payton's putting his 2025 squad on the same pedestal as his legendary New Orleans Saints teams, one of which hoisted the Lombardi Trophy. This isn't just bravado. It's a battle cry. With 10 wins last season and a roster now loaded with game changers, Payton's not just talking the talk, he's ready to walk the walk. Are you ready for the storm that's coming? But what makes Payton so confident? Let's dive into the quarterback he's betting everything on. Sean Payton doesn't just believe in Bo Nix, he's obsessed. He told Yahoo Sports, Bo Nix will be a top 4 or top 5 quarterback in the NFL in the next 2 years. That's not a prediction, it's a promise. Last season, Nix threw a 67-yard laser against Cincinnati, the longest pass in the NFL. He doesn't take sacks, runs like a gazelle, and throws from angles that defy physics. This is no ordinary rookie. Payton, who coached Drew Brees to a Hall of Fame career, knows a superstar when he sees one. Nix led the Broncos to a 10-7 record last year, outshining hyped-up rookies like Caleb Williams and J.J. McCarthy. Broncos country is buzzing. Could this 5-year-old be the key to ending a 9-year playoff drought? The NFL's about to find out. Nix is the spark, but Payton's built a roster to match. Let's break down the blockbuster moves that have the NFL shaking. Last season, the Broncos were a missed field goal away from tying the Bills in the playoffs, despite a running game that was frankly pathetic. Javonte Williams' 513 yards ranked 42nd in the league. 5 quarterbacks outrushed him. Payton called it meat on the bone. Runs that should have been 5 yards but fizzled at 2. Not anymore. Enter J.K. Dobbins, a free agent steal with a 5.2 yards per carry average, better than Barry Sanders or Adrian Peterson. Then there's rookie R.J. Harvey, a second-round pick who led college football in explosive runs and forced missed tackles. Denver's new outside zone scheme is tailor-made for these two. And don't sleep on the tight end room. Last year, Denver's tight ends were a disaster, 30th in every category, just 21 first downs. Now, they've got Evan Engram, who caught 114 passes in a single season, a Shannon Sharp-level weapon. These moves scream one thing. Payton's not playing around. He's built a juggernaut. Offense is just half the story. Let's talk about a defense that's ready to dominate. Denver's defense was already a beast last year, top 3 in yards allowed, 31% drive scoring rate, and a franchise record 63 sacks, one of the top 10 single-season totals in NFL history. But Payton wasn't satisfied. The linebacker unit was a weak link after Alex Singleton's ACL tear. Enter Dre Greenlaw, a free agent signing who's a coverage nightmare for opponents. In his last healthy season, Greenlaw posted a negative EPA against targets, shutting down tight ends like a brick wall. The secondary? Upgraded with all-pro safety Talanoa Hufanga, a 6-foot, 200-pound enforcer who's a chess piece for defensive coordinator Vance Joseph. And don't forget first-round pick Jahdae Barron, a versatile defensive back with Defensive Rookie of the Year buzz. This isn't just a defense, it's a predator. With Patrick Surtain II, the NFL's best corner, and a pass rush that's lethal, the Broncos are ready to crush quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes. But can this team really go all the way? Let's unpack Payton's Super Bowl obsession and the risks that could derail it. Sean Payton's been here before. He's coached 6 teams he believed could win a Super Bowl, going 1 for 5. The 2018 Saints were robbed by a no-call. The 2017 Saints fell to the Minneapolis Miracle. Now, in year 3 with Denver, he's a year ahead of his Super Bowl winning timeline with the Saints. The Broncos went 3-3 the AFC West last year, nearly upsetting the Chiefs with a blocked field goal. At home, they were 6-2, using Mile High's elevation to suffocate opponents. Payton's bold claim isn't just hype, it's a warning. But there's a dark cloud. Injuries to Greenlaw and Hufanga, both with recent setbacks, raise red flags. ESPN's Jeff Legwold says Payton's at risk if injuries strike, despite his rock-solid job security. Denver's health program is elite, ranking among the NFL's least injured teams. But can they keep these stars on the field? If they do, the NFL's got a problem. If not, this dream could crumble. So, what's the verdict? Let's wrap this up and tell you why the Broncos are the team to watch in 2025. The Denver Broncos are no longer a sleeping giant, they're awake, and they're hungry. Sean Payton's turned a broken franchise into a 10-win playoff team in just 2 years, and now he's stacked the deck. Bo Nix is a future top 5 QB. J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey fix a broken run game. Evan Engram transforms a weak tight end room. Dre Greenlaw and Talanoa Hufanga make an elite defense even scarier. This team's not just good, they're dangerous. Payton's won 5-inch Super Bowl runs, but he's never been this confident. At plus 300 odds, Vegas is sleeping on Denver, but Broncos country isn't. Fans on X are buzzing. This is our year. The NFL's about to get a wake-up call. Will the Broncos shock the world in Super Bowl X? Drop your predictions below, and let's ride. With this mile-high storm, the stage is set, the pieces are in place, and the NFL is on notice. Stay tuned for more updates as the Broncos charge toward greatness.